Howdy everyone, I'm Robert Bradley. In my first video, I kind of introduced what Rooted and Resourceful was and shared a little bit about what I wanted that journey to be like. Well, today I want to take it a little bit further. I want to share the story behind why I wanted to start Rooted and Resourceful. There's a quote that I try to live by. It's hard, but I do my best to try to live by it. The quote is, "I believe that God placed us on this earth to make our little corner a better place. And for those who pass through, better because they were there." Now, when I say better, I don't really mean that anyone is less than anyone else or they have to change or anything of that nature. What I mean is we're all doing the best that we can with what we have. Each person has their own talents, their own experiences, stories, different lessons that they've learned, and sometimes all it takes is those things being shared. Someone encouraging someone, simply being kind to one another, that is enough to make a difference in someone's life. This quote and that belief behind it has guided me for many, many years. My faith has also played a huge role in that journey in my life. One thing that God continues to teach me is it's okay not to have everything figured out, because the Lord knows I do not have everything figured out at all. For a long time, I thought I needed all the answers. I thought I needed to know exactly where it was that I was going and exactly what it is that I was doing. But life, we know, does not work that way. I've made mistakes. Absolutely, I've made my mistakes. I've taken wrong turns. I've fallen short more times than I can count, honestly. There have been moments in my life where I've been incredibly strong in my faith, strong in the moments that I'm in. And there's also been times to where I've drifted, I've struggled, I've gotten distracted. Life has a way of throwing those curveballs at you. But through it all, God's grace has never stopped showing up. He continues to be there for me. He continually reminds me that growth is about not failing, but learning from those failures. It's about what we choose to do after we fall. Do we stay there? Or do we get back up? Do we learn something? Do we keep moving forward? Honestly, y'all, that is a lesson that I'm still learning today, each and every day. And I think Rooted and Resourceful is going to be part of that journey. Over time, life has taken me down a lot of different roads. I've worked in corporate America. I've had the privilege of helping train and develop individuals for whatever that role or whatever it is that they want to do in life. I've co-owned businesses, partnering. You'll hear a little bit more about that later on. I've celebrated successes, accomplishments that have made me proud. I've also experienced setbacks, different challenges, and I hope to know that and think to know that they've honestly humbled me along the way. Like many people, I've had seasons in life that felt very overwhelming. There honestly came a point in my life where I was struggling with my own identity. I felt like I was losing a piece of myself, multiple pieces of myself. Not because of one single event, not because of different circumstances, but really a little bit of all. Life has a way of pulling us all in different directions. And sometimes we stop making time for those things that really made us who we are. Those different activities, those different things that we enjoy. The creativity, the curiosity, the desire to learn, the joy of building, creating, writing, the joy of helping others, and the joy of simply slowing down and appreciating life and what life has to offer. I found myself asking this question: who am I when I strip away the job, when I strip away the title, the responsibilities, the obligations, and those expectations? What are the things that truly bring me joy? What are the things that keep me grounded? Honestly, for me, the answer was simple: creating, learning, building, growing, sharing, and helping others. These are the things that I've always had inside of me and kind of helped me be who I am. And honestly, that is where Rooted and Resourceful came from, how it was born. I needed something to help me ground myself again. I needed a place where all the pieces of my life could kind of come together, a place where I could reconnect with the passions and share things that brought me joy, not just for myself, but hopefully to include others as well. I'm not creating Rooted and Resourceful to divide people or alienate anyone. It's quite the opposite. My hope is that it becomes a place that brings people together, a place where we can share ideas, learn from one another, encourage one another, celebrate each other, and celebrate the things that make life meaningful. A place where someone might learn something new or feel inspired, try something they've never done before, or simply be reminded that we are not alone. There's always someone there that we can learn from, someone that can help teach us and guide us. And of course, God is with us along the way. Along the way, you'll hear me talk about my partner, Josh. Josh has been one of the greatest blessings in my life, and I've been able to learn so much from him over the years. One thing that I admire most about him is his ability to really understand how things work. When something breaks, he's usually already figured out a solution before anyone else even knows that it's broken or identified the problem. He is incredibly resourceful, he's hardworking, and he has a gift for troubleshooting that never ceases to amaze me. When it comes to vehicles, he is a wizard. He has an incredible understanding of how a vehicle runs and operates, the automotive system, the diagnostic, the repairs, and he knows how all of those pieces work together. Many of the things that I know about vehicles today is because of him and watching him and learning from him. He taught me how to slow down, to pay attention, ask different questions, and not be afraid of learning something new. You'll definitely see some of his influence throughout my journey, especially when we start talking about automotive projects, different repairs that we're working on, and multiple projects that we work on together. And while Rooted and Resourceful is my personal journey and my brand, Josh is absolutely part of that story because he's helped shape the person that I am today. But on the other side, Rooted and Resourceful is about much more than a single topic. It's about embracing life as a whole. If I learn something that I think could help someone, I'll share it. If I find a better way of doing something, I'll share it. If I make a mistake and it's something that I can learn from, I will share that too. You can expect to see a variety of different topics with Rooted and Resourceful. Gardening, do-it-yourself projects, home improvement, different areas of creativity, cooking, painting, photography, drawing, writing, poetry, some storytelling, landscaping, different vehicle projects, life's lessons, and whatever adventures come my way. I plan on sharing those with you. Maybe not everything, but I would like to be able to incorporate that here. Because that's what life is. It's not just one thing. It's all of those things woven together. My hope with Rooted and Resourceful becomes more than just a page, more than a channel, more than any collection of projects. I honestly hope it becomes a community, a place where people feel welcomed, a place where we can all learn something useful, a place where we can be encouraged, a place where we share our own experiences, our own ideas and talents, because none of us are meant to do life alone. We all have something worth sharing. We have the ability to help one another make our little corner of the world a little bit better. And by the end of the day, I do not have everything figured out. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still trying to make sense of the world one day at a time. But if something I share helps someone along the way, then I think it is time that I spent wisely. That's where Rooted and Resourceful comes from, and that's what it means to me. Before I wrap up today, I'd also like to ask for a little bit of grace. This is new to me. I'm still trying to figure out this journey and what it looks like. I'm learning how to create these videos, share the stories, and build the community around me. I'm putting myself out there in ways that I honestly never thought that I would before. And there's probably going to be things that I could say better or do better. I'm going to make mistakes along the way. There'll be moments where I stumble, moments where I trip and try to figure things out as I go. But that's a part of Rooted and Resourceful. Not waiting until everything is perfect. Not pretending to have all of the answers. Just showing up, learning, growing, and doing the best that we can with what we've been given. So, thank you so much in advance for your patience, your encouragement, your willingness to join me along this journey. One more thing for you. If you have an idea, a skill, a project, or something that you are passionate about, don't be afraid to share it. One thing that I've learned over the years is that everyone has something that they can teach someone, something that they can learn from one another. You never know when your experience, your story, your idea may honestly be exactly what someone needs to hear. So if something I share sparks a thought, reminds you of a project that you've worked on in the past, inspires an idea of your own, I'd love to hear about it. So don't hesitate to share that. Rooted and Resourceful isn't just about my journey. My hope is that it becomes a place where we can all learn from one another, grow together. With all that being said, I want us all to stay rooted in who we are, but also be resourceful in how we grow. Thank you for watching Rooted and Resourceful. I'm Robert Bradley, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.